Yeah, so today is Wednesday, the 16th of October 2024. My name remains Rotimi Olawale. I'm your analyst. Today we'll look first at the fundamental, that will look at the technicals. From the fundamental end, there are two events today. One has taken place already by 7 a.m., just 10 minutes ago, and that's CPI from the United Kingdom, and the GBP reacted massively to that news event by going massively bearish. I had a setup I was looking at before the release of the news, and things went, just according to the plan. The actual came out less than forecast, and that, is leading to a massive, or let me say, it has already led to a massive bearish breakout on the GBP, especially GBP card, which is the instrument I've been paying some attention to for quite some time now. So it's a past event. But we look at the technicals to just see if there's another opportunity we can take advantage of, later on. The other event today will come up by 7:40 p.m. That'll be later in the night. And that'll be the European Central Bank President Lagarde who will be giving a speech by 7:40 p.m. So in other words, there's no more there's no more fundamental event for today. We can trade from a technical angle and have no fear of any fundamental coming out to disrupt our trade. So with that being said, I'll flip over to the technicals and we'll look at the technical angle for what we might still expect later today. So the instrument I said I was looking at, I was paying close attention to, is actually the GBP card. And you can see that on the screen right now. It gives a very, very impressive setup, an ascending channel pattern where the candle for yesterday hit a resistance and closed as a rejection candle. So I just held a bearish outlook for the GBP card, since last night, which I still watched some minutes ago to see if the news will come out as actual less than forecast. And that's actually what happened. You can see in the last 10 minutes, the GBP card has dropped to the tune of about 60, about 70 pips thereabout, 70, 78 pips thereabout. Is there still any hope for further bearish decline? I want to believe so. So if you come down to the 4 hour, because we can't do intraday anymore for this, but we might look at the swing. If it's still going to go down, now we have price, RSI already is below 42. So if by the next candle, I don't want to say enter now, it's already 10 minutes, after the news has been released, but it's possible there might be some retracement. So if by the next 4 hour candle, by 10 a.m., if there's a little bit of retracement, yes, you may look at taking a sell position while we see it drop further. Today's still Wednesday. It's still possible that we'll have further decline before the end of the week. So I still maintain that. So with this news now, it shows that the GBP, is very, very bearish. So we can still look for opportunity as, price declines, before the end of the week to take a sell on the GBP pairs. And that, you can see it's already affecting the other GBP pairs. I remember telling us yesterday that the GBP JPY is having an ascending triangle pattern. You can see price has broken out, trying to make its way forward, downwards on the 4 hour time frame. Let me see other ones, other GBP pairs. But to be honest, taking a sell trade now might not be too safe if you didn't enter earlier. You can see the GBP pairs, this GBP AUD, they are dropping massively. So that's just all for the GBP pairs, where we are having a sharp decline on the GBP pairs. But then I'll look at other instruments which we can trade today, and I'll be looking at the New Zealand USD. I'll be looking at the New Zealand USD. Just a minute. I'm trying to scan through. All right. So I'll be looking towards a possible bullish movement on the New Zealand USD. Now, this is the New Zealand USD on the daily time frame. Price is currently trading around a support level. So we have a valid support here, and this is today's candle testing that support. If price is unable to break that support, then we'll see a bullish movement on the New Zealand USD. And if we flip down to the 1 hour time frame. There's nothing on 4 hour. So we flip down to the 1 hour. This is a 1 hour time frame. Okay, let's go back to the 4 hour first. On the 4 hour, this is looking like it's trying to form a double bottom pattern, which will aid a bullish breakout. That's on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour on the other side, on the other hand, we might be expecting a double bottom first on the 1 hour. If this pattern I'm seeing here, if it works fine, we may see price, test this support before going up, giving this a double bottom pattern on 1 hour, where we can target at least this support turn resistance here, or let me just, a support will be turn to resistance. And we can also target this other level. Those two levels can be targeted. If all things work out fine, we'll see a decline before a breakout upwards. And that can give us at least between 14 to 31 pips on intraday on the New Zealand USD. And all these, they are just intraday setup. But for those who are swing traders, like I said, there seems to be a 4 hour setup, which is coming up on this instrument, which swing traders might take advantage of because it's really looking a lot like a double bottom pattern. So if price breaks above the neckline, which is going to be this region, then you can trigger a buy trade for a much more medium term, trade. For the intraday, it's short term. We're targeting 15 to 30 pips. For the swing trade, that can be much more massive. For swing trade, we can be looking at capturing as much as 100 pips on the average, between 60 to 100 pips on the average, on this one. So I hold a bullish outlook on the New Zealand USD. And I'm also looking at the Euro AUD. I'm looking at a sell on the Euro AUD. Now, this one is a setup I'm really paying a lot of attention to. I'm paying a lot of attention to this particular setup. And why? Why is that? These are my reasons. Number one, you can see we have a descending channel right there on the daily time frame. You can see price is trending downwards. So the next wave of movement should be downwards. And today's candle, yeah, the day is still fresh, but the price hit the trend line and currently is forming a rejection candle. Like I said, the day is still very young. Anything can still happen. But then I see another resistance, between these two candles, between these two zones here. So we have price trending downwards from the descending channel, a rejection candle information, and a resistance. So that resistance, if it holds, that can just be enough to see that price, breaks out downwards. And on my 1 hour, I can clearly draw my trend line right here and draw a second one right at the back to form a rising wedge pattern. So I'll be looking to take a sell on this instrument once price is able to break out below the trend line. Once a new candle breaks out, I'll be looking at taking a sell on the Euro AUD. And don't forget the confirmation for that also will be that RSI should be clearly below 50. So with this, I hold a bearish outlook on the Euro AUD. Very, very bearish on Euro AUD. I'm bearish on Euro AUD on 1 hour, please, specifically on 1 hour. It's an intraday setup. And thirdly, today I'll be looking at the CAD JPY. The CAD JPY. Now, we looked at this instrument yesterday when there was a news from Canada. The setup is still very valid. We were bullish on it, and that is still what we can see. Let me start it all over again so that we can benefit from this knowledge sharing I will do. Now, on the daily time frame, we can see that we have a valid trend line right here, connecting these 3 points. And yesterday's candle closed as a rejection candle. Now, that's an indication of a possible bullish movement. And same daily time frame, we also have a scenario where we have a resistance here becoming a support. So a resistance turn support is another confirmation of the possible bullish movement. And thirdly, all these I found them on the daily time frame. So if I switch now to the 4-hour time frame, I can see that there is a falling wedge here. All patterns they are all bullish patterns, all of them. So we have a falling wedge pattern here on the 4-hour, and this also is indicative of a possible bullish movement. So if there's sufficient volatility to push price today on the CAD, then we should be looking to buy the CAD JPY precisely. Now, this can be done either on 4-hour. You can see that RSI on the 4-hour is on 49, telling you that this instrument is really getting set for a breakout. So you can do it at a swing, and I think you can also do it as a day trade. So if you're there, you're a day trader, nothing to worry. It still works for day trading. So don't say it's only swing trader. No, both swing and day trader, all of them can take this trade based on their independent trading style. So if you're a day trader, nothing to worry. Still on 1 hour, we'll be waiting for price to break out above this place to take a buy on the CAD JPY. Please put your eyes on this setup today. Two of my best setup today is this CAD JPY, the Euro AUD. Those are two powerful setup I'm looking at in the course of today. And so I've given New Zealand USD, I've given Euro AUD, I've given CAD JPY. Next I'll look at will be the indices. Now, please, this is strictly for indices traders. I said that because indices can be volatile. So if you don't know how to manage it, please don't. I would say please don't bother. It's for your own good. Just take with currencies if you don't trade indices. Now, you can see this one is at the verge of a major breakout. Now, if you go to the from the weekly time frame, you can see there's a rising wedge pattern, on DJ30. Sorry, I'm on DJ30. This is DJ30, and we have a rising wedge pattern right from the weekly time frame, and we can see that price, is trying to form a rejection candle even on the weekly time frame, but that can still be a distance away. So let's look at the daily. So the daily is much more closer for us. And we can clearly see that on the daily time frame, the candle of yesterday closed as a bearish engulfing candle, a bearish engulfing pattern. So with the bearish engulfing pattern, we're actually looking for an opportunity to sell. That's what we're looking for. So if we flip down to 4-hour, is there anything on 4-hour? Now on the 4-hour time frame, you can see it's trying to form a head and shoulder pattern. The second shoulder is not so clear at the moment, but it's a head and shoulder pattern because the 1-hour brings it out, better. So this is it on the 1-hour. 1-hour, we're having a head and shoulder pattern. So we are awaiting the breakout of price below the neckline. This is the neckline region. And you can see that price is about to break out. Let me zoom it out. You can see once a new candle opens below this current level, then it will be a time to trigger a sell on the DJ30. So we still have our trend line right there, and we still have another trend line at the back, which gives us a rising wedge, which is also a bearish, pattern. So with all this, I hold a bearish outlook on the DJ30. And this is going to be massive. I'm telling you, expecting a massive breakout. At least price is expected to hit Fibonacci 50 on the average. And that should be almost some 200 pips away. Trade with caution though. I'll sound the warning. So that's DJ30. We are bearish. And finally, we look at the NAS 100. NAS 100 also on the weekly time frame. Now this one is also a very powerful setup. On the weekly time frame, you can see that price just hit a resistance level on the weekly time frame. And it looks like it's trying to form a rejection candle, but to be honest, that's too early for now. But if you flip down to the daily time frame, just like what we can see on the DJ30, yesterday closed as a bearish, engulfing candlestick. So that is indicative of a bearish movement on DJ30. Sorry, on the NAS 100. And if you flip down to the 4 hour, now we're just going to be doing 4 hour for this. That exceeded the 1 hour setup. So on the 4 hour, what I'm seeing happening is I'm seeing the formation of a shoulder, a head, a second shoulder, then a massive drop. And to aid that drop, we also have a rising wedge pattern, which we can draw from here and a second one from here. So you can see the analysis from the weekly, top-down analysis from the weekly. We have price hit a resistance on the weekly time frame, formed a bearish engulfing candlestick on the daily, and on the 4 hour, we have a rising wedge with a head and shoulder still in formation. It's still in formation, but by experience, we can see ahead. So this is what I think is going to happen. I'm bearish on the NAS 100 on the 4 hour. This is strictly for swing traders. And please trade also with caution because it can be very, very volatile. All right, so these are the setup I have for us this morning. So I'll do a little recap again before I start attending to questions. So I said I'm bullish on New Zealand USD, both on 1 hour and 4 hour. I'm bearish on the Euro AUD strictly on the 1 hour. I'm bullish on CAD JPY on 1 hour and 4 hour. I'm bearish on DJ30 on 1 hour, and I'm bearish on NAS 100 on the 4 hour. So these are my own personal analysis, which I believe will break out in the course of today. So I'll attend to questions. I can see people are already dropping requests. So let's do that in a few minutes and we'll round up. All right, so our RG Ogushola Clement is asking me to check gold. Okay, so let's quickly check gold. All right, so this is gold, and gold is trading around the weekly resistance. It's trading around the weekly resistance. Now, two things will happen at this point. It's either price breaks out above this resistance or it drops. Now, we don't even have any fundamental event again today. So this is just going to be a purely technical move. It's going to be purely on the technical move. So at the moment, I will advise you to just wait and see what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen yet, because price can either break that level, or if maybe in some few hours, we can see some rejection candles on the lower time frame that might point us to a reversal. But if that does not happen, we just have to wait for the next thing to happen. Currently, I can't give you any analysis now. The only analysis I can give is that price can either break out for a buy or decline for a sell. No signal, nothing at the moment until there's sufficient clarity for that. But the thing is that if it reverses, if we see a reversal either on 1 hour or 4 hour, that might trigger some medium-term reversal, because this might end up now forming a double top, which can lead to a bigger reversal later. But if that does not happen, then the only other thing that can happen on gold is price. Okay, let me take it down a little. Price may break this resistance, then target this trend line and may decline upon touching that trend line. Yes, it's possible with my experience on minor reversal. So those are just the things I can say. But for now, there's no signal around gold. Okay, so that's from Mr. Ari. Yeah.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, can you please confirm this USD card again to know what's the outlook about it?
I gave the signal of a bearish setup yesterday. It's still valid. It's just ranging. Don't forget there's no fundamental today, but that doesn't mean it's not going to drop, because yesterday candle, you can see it. Let me remove all my lines. Yesterday closed as a very sharp rejection candle. So
Okay.
you still go down. Stop loss is somewhere above here, so there's no need to worry. To still go down.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Because sometimes some of us are not used to holding trades. We have to learn. That's where patience comes in as a trader. You have to be patient. It will go down. It will. Just make sure you put the stop loss recommended just in case. But I really don't see it going above this level. All right. Uh, okay. RN Spectre is asking us to check Euro USD. Okay. Hmm. Okay. It looks like dollar index is trying to break a recent resistance. Because Euro USD, I've actually expected this Euro USD to reverse. All right, all right. I see what's happening to Euro USD. Euro USD is actually trading around this breakout that happened last week on the daily time frame. If you follow my analysis last week, I said that we have a double top pattern on the daily time frame and price. That is what Euro USD is reacting to. So Euro USD might still be going downwards. It may still be on a downward movement because we have a double top on the daily time frame. So the person that is asking, are you on a trade on Euro USD? That's RM Spectre. Okay. Okay. What I would advise you do is this, whether you're on a trade or not. Okay, no. All right. So you can see that price on the daily time frame price is about to touch uh Fibonacci 61.8. Now Fibonacci 61.8 is a very strong level. 50 and 61.8 are very strong key levels. So there is bound to be some reaction in terms of either a retracement or reversal when price finally touches that level. So that is expected. 50, Fibonacci 50 is already broken. So at this point, except there's sufficient volatility, if there's a lot of volatility, maybe price may break here. But with what is happening, we're just on the technical right today. Well, let's just watch and see what happens, at that Fibonacci 50. Let's go down to 4 hours and see. Okay, nothing spectacular already on 4 hour. And let's go down to 1 hour. All right, so price is just all right, price is just 5 pips away from that support level. Yeah, it's a support level, though it's a Fibonacci level, it's a support level. So we can just look at possibly a reversal happening at that level. So we have our falling wedge in place. So if there's a reaction and price reverses, you can look at taking a buy trade, a bullish trade on Euro USD. But most importantly, allow price to touch that Fibonacci 60 first. Then now wait for a breakout. So I hold a bullish outlook on the Euro USD. Okay, so which other one are we looking at? GBP USD. I already analyzed gold, Mr. Joshua. There is no trade around gold at the moment. So GBP JPY is already bearish. That's for Mr. Victor. GBP USD. The news that came out today brought out weakness, across that's the CPI, brought out a weakness across the GBP pairs. Now for GBP USD, now this one is getting ready for a long-term, kind of bearish movement. Because you can see I already have my setup drawn here, right from the monthly time frame. We have a bearish setup, same thing weekly, daily. Now price just broke. Let me use what just broke the trend line. That's the rising the ascending channel and even a resistance on support. If the next 4 hour candle closes below this level, then we'll be getting ready for a long-term bearish movement on the GBP USD. maybe getting ready. So wait till 10 a.m. If by 10 a.m. this current candle closes below this, this rectangle, then we're ready for a long-term bearish movement on the GBP USD. UJ, Emmanuel, you have a sell trade. It's ranging. That's the issue. Where's the JPY is ranging? It's in a range. It's in a range at the moment. It's in a range. If you have a sell trade with the current candle, if this candle maintains, this current setup, you may see some at least slight drop, kind of. But just make sure you have your stop loss in place. USD JPY is in a range, and there's no fundamental today, to push the dollar. Just make sure you are protected. Your account is protected. Euro CHF BTC. All right. Euro CHF is also kind of ranging. It's broke out on Monday or yesterday, but it's like there's no sufficient liquidity to push it. There's no sufficient liquidity to push it. It's been testing the trend line. I gave the analysis. Yes, I gave the analysis of a symmetrical triangle where we expected a breakout for a buy, a breakout upwards for a buy, a breakout below for a sell, which is what happened. It actually broke out, was been testing the trend line. I don't know if there is no sufficient liquidity, you might have to close it. You might have to close it if there is no sufficient liquidity to push it. The GBP CHF went quite well. Oh, okay. The GBP news has dropped it, but at least it was able to hit over 50 pips before we saw the decline. So this one still went as planned. But the Euro CHF, it's experiencing a lot of range. There is no sufficient liquidity to push it. BTC USD. Yes, I'm also looking at the BTC.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm looking at the BTC closely. I'm looking at the BTC closely. Now, for the BTC, this is my view. I'm expecting a decline. That's a possible opportunity to sell on the BTC. I think I showed us my setup yesterday during the afternoon analysis. So let's take it up again, at least for the benefit of those who are not online yesterday afternoon. Now, this is BTC on the daily time frame. You can see that we have a descending channel. So price has been moving within this downward wave. So the next wave should be downward. And yesterday candle closed as a rejection candle, touching the upper trend line. So with that, I'm seeing the possibility of a decline in price. That's an opportunity possibly to sell. And thirdly, we can see that there is a resistance between this region, and price also touched the tip of that resistance. So that also should give us, a decline in BTC USD. All this on the daily time frame. So if you zoom to the 4-hour, you can see currently we are seeing a kind of a range. The last candle was a rejection candle within that range. And finally, we'll flip down to 1 hour. So on 1 hour, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the formation of a possible head, shoulder, then an opportunity to sell. In fact, it should have been part of my analysis today. It actually skipped my attention. So I'll be looking at taking a sell on BTC. This is the neckline. The moment price breaks out below this tip, then I'll be looking at taking a sell on BTC and ride the trend downwards. So I'm bearish on the BTC. I'm bearish on the BTC USD. I'm bearish on the BTC USD. please wait for price to break out below that neckline. That's very, very important. I'm talking about price level. Wait for a breakout below 64,777. Wait below, let price break out below that level. You can target Fibonacci 50 and 61.8. Just once that has happened, you can target Fibonacci 50 and 61.8. So that's my outlook. I'm bearish on the BTC. Okay, I think I'll just take about 2 other questions. I'm seeing a lot here. Just 2 other ones, and we should close. Elisha F. Young, AED USD. Well, AED USD, I can't give any direct analysis on it now. It's not trading in line with my setup. If price hits this support level here, if price drops to this support level, then we'll be looking at buying. But for now, we just have to wait till that happens. So we'll wait for a drop to the support level, then we can now look at bullish reversal patterns. So that's all I can say about AED USD. You're welcome, Aaron Spectre. Okay, Chino Cherem, pardon me if I didn't pronounce that too well. He or she has a question. He said, if dollar index is looking bullish, why is gold also looking bullish? Now, let me tell you the truth. None of these things is 100% cast in stone. There are times when there will be exception. There are times when there will be exception. So yeah, dollar index is looking bullish. I already said that. Gold also is looking bullish. So when you see such scenario, the best thing to do is to stay out. Once your setup is not rhyming, the best thing you do is to stay out. The market will recalibrate or readjust itself. Then you know which direction the market will go. So possibly, maybe if dollar index decides to fall, then you know that okay, if gold is buying, that is right. Or if the dollar index decides to break out, then gold will reverse. But for now, when both of them are saying the same thing, the best thing is to just stay out, and wait for the next thing that will happen. So don't always be in a hurry to want to trade. Be calm, be patient. Patience is a virtue, in trading. So I hope that answered the question. Because don't forget, all these things, they are based on the forces of demand and supply. It's not as if one person or a group is controlling it. It's demand is as the demand and supply is happening in the market. So it's more like they are both at an equilibrium state. It's an indecision state. So you have to just be patient and wait for the next thing. Mr. Sonny, is USDCHF bullish or bearish? It's not clear also. I've checked it many times this morning before the analysis. USDCHF is not clear. It's not clear at the moment. And it's still the same thing with that, what that person is asking about gold and dollar index. It's not clear. So just stay out of USDCHF for now. On the CJ, can we use pending order and at what range? CJ, I believe you mean CHF JPY. So let's check. Number one, be very careful of trading CHJPY. It ranges a lot. It ranges a lot. And secondly, for me, I'm not finding a valid, possibly a resistance, that will lead to a decline. And thirdly, you can see at the moment that this instrument is ranging. You can see it has tiny candles. It's not having this breakout kind of candles, been having all the tiny candles. So I will advise you to be very cautious of this instrument. You're welcome, Chino Miriam. All right, I think that'll be all. CAD JP, we already analyzed that. We're bullish on 1 hour and 4 hour for
No, sir. I was talking about the CAD JPY for the range, depending on the one that asked that question.
Okay, CAD JPY. Okay.
Yes.
Please, sir, help me check GBP/JPY.
If VJPY is bearish, sir, it's responding to the news, and I think you should just not bother about it for now, except in the next 4 hours. This is it. The news, the CPI came out bearish, so the pound has been selling, and the candle actually broke out. Currently, it's trading at a support level. So until this support level is broken, just be careful. So if I thought you are looking, don't just enter a sell now because you see that big red candle. No, there's a support. There's a support zone here. So be looking to sell further when a new candle breaks below that support zone. Currently, RSI is below 38. What I'm showing you is on the 4-hour time frame. So you need to wait for a new candle to break out below this for you to take a sell. So for the CAD JPY, now if you're already on the USD CAD trade signal I gave yesterday, please don't bother about CAD JPY because that means you'll be edging. That may not be too safe. So, but if you didn't take that CAD USD CAD trade, then you can look, which was a sell trade. You can look at a buy trade on the on the CAD JPY rather. So we can look at entry at Fibonacci 38.2, and we can look at our take profits on Fibonacci 50. Please let's mute our devices once we join the class. So that should give us at least some 25 pip movement. All right, so I'll drop the signal now. CAD JPY buy stop at 108.512. Take profit at 108.762, and stop loss at 108.199. All right. So I'll drop it in the comment section now. So that's it right there. You can pick it for CAD JPY. Again, I emphasize, if you have taken a sell on USD CAD, don't take a buy trade on the CAD JPY. All right, so that's it. So I think that should be all for this morning. I've attended to all questions. So if you're on the platform, you don't have an account with PU Prime, please go ahead and open a live trading account with PU Prime. Visit our website, www.puprime.com. I'm typing it in the comment section also, puprime.com, to open a live trading account. And once you open the account, your account manager will reach out to you and walk you through the verification process. And if you live in Abuja or Lagos, we have physical training at these two locations because we have our offices at these locations. So you live in Abuja, in neighboring towns, or Lagos. If you live in Lagos, you live in either Central Lagos, Mowe, Yanopaja, all those areas. You're free to come to our office in Lagos also. So the address of our Abuja office is at 50 Ebitu Ukiwe Street, Jabi, Abuja. That's a Walk and Connect building, 50 Ebitu Ukiwe Street, Jabi, Abuja. And the address of our Lagos office is at Agos Executive Lounge, 54B Adeniyi Jones Avenue, Ikeja, Lagos. Training takes place on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Abuja office, Tuesday and office training is 10:30 a.m. And for the Lagos office, Tuesday and Thursday training is at 11 a.m. So we had a training session yesterday. Tuesday classes is strictly for beginners. So if you are there, definitely if you are a new trader, all these things we're doing may look complex to you, and it's quite understandable because you are still new in the business. But if you make yourself available at those trainings, we'll take you to the foundational stages on Tuesdays. And Thursday classes are intermediate and advanced classes. So make sure to join us, on these sessions. Please mute your devices. So we're having another training session tomorrow, Thursday, which you can make yourself available to learn how to trade Forex. Okay, so this will be the end of the analysis this morning. Take care and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, sir. Bye-bye, sir. Have a great day.
You too, man.
Thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry.